so we're in the stand this afternoon. It is about 5:25 right now. In fairly early, it gets dark at about 7:25, so we got about 2 hours here. We don't really have a name for this stand or anything, but it looks like Kansas. I mean, it's like just wide open. I got CRP, which is really just native season warm grass to my right. This whole field it's not really planted in it. It's just an old ag field that's overgrown. And in front of me, which I'll show y'all, is a beautiful food plot. It looks awesome. It's tucked up in the back corner of this field, and on the right side of this food plot, for a stretch of about 800 yards, is this cutover. It's about 800 yards long and 200 yards wide. There's a huge fish bowl in the middle of it. And I think a lot of these deer are bedded in that bowl. The deer I'm hunting tonight is Brew. It's a giant 8-pointer, old 5 or 6 year old buck. He's got one eye, big abscess on his rear end. I mean, he's just an old warrior, huge buck. And I would love to harvest this deer. This deer would probably be more to me than any buck I've ever shot, just because of the history and the way we found out about the deer and how we're hunting this property right now is because of that deer. So anyway, we got a really good wind that's coming across me just like this, blowing out into this sage grass. I don't think there might be some deer bedded out in this grass. Not saying it's unlikely, but I think these deer are down in this bowl right here. It's just better cover, and it just makes sense. So I don't know where this buck is in particular. He bounces, so he'll be here for about 3 or 4 days, and then he'll move again to another location for about 3 or 4 days, seems like. And these locations aren't like 400 yards from each other. They're like a mile from each other. So he could be right here in this bowl, or he could be a mile away behind my mom and dad's house, or a mile that way on the creek down there. Because he's the neighbor over there gets pictures of him there, and I get pictures of him by their house. So anyway, the odds of seeing this deer are not super high, but I have like a really high, I don't know, it's hard to explain, I'm really optimistic about seeing this deer tonight. I just think of all the nights in the past few weeks, and this week and the next week, this is probably my best chance to see him. So we're going to sit back here with my high lid on. We're going to sit back here, enjoy the afternoon. I know we're going to see some deer. I mean, it is just perfect this afternoon. It's the weather, by the way, the weather's about low 70s right now. Perfect wind, high pressure. It's a cold wind. Every time the wind blows, it's chilly. So I think closer to 6:15, they're going to start piling out in this food plot, I hope. So there's been a bunch of deer hitting this food plot, a bunch of great young bucks. So if anything else, I think we'll at least see some deer and get some footage this afternoon. So y'all hang loose, hang with us. Hopefully this buck comes out tonight and we'll make another story. So y'all stick with us. We'll see what happens here. I can't even normally see out this food plot now, but it's a fun night. I mean, I saw a bunch of deer like I thought I would, but no Brew. As I suspected, it's going to be really difficult to kill this deer, I think. I have to get creative or something, I don't know. But I think the likelihood of him stepping in this food plot in daylight is going to be slim to none. So Morning, everybody. It is the morning of October the 19th. One of my favorite days to deer hunt. It is, we got a pretty nice morning. It's reasonably decent weather-wise. It's in the low 50s. This morning I chose, and I have no intel in here, nothing, which is, in my mind, I'm thinking that's stupid for me to come sit here, but, no intel or nothing, but I know there's some big deer circulating this particular spot. There's a ton of white oaks in here, and they've been dropping like crazy. I spooked a ton of deer when I was easing in here. So I think we're in for a good morning, so we'll see. Pretty cool so far. It's only about 8:25. I'm gonna try to sit till about 10:30 this morning. My battery on this camera is dying faster than I can breathe. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. I've never let it get this low, but it's just clicking down. It's bad. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this short. Good God. Alright, I might just hurry up and shut the camera off. But nice young buck walked on me a minute ago. That was really cool. And then we had 2 does just come through, so keep you updated. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Y'all, that is the biggest buck I've ever killed in my life. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry if it was blurry, but this doe just exploded out of the bottom, and I looked down there and it's a freaking chocolate monster. I think it's this deer that I'm getting pictures of way back here, but I don't know. It's a freaking monster. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Again, 10:15 in the morning. If you ain't sitting late on these cold mornings, you ain't gonna kill him. I'm telling you, that is a giant, biggest buck I've ever killed. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Just wrecked him at freaking 8 yards with the rifle. 8 yards right here, point blank. Oh my God. I got it. Biggest buck I ever killed on the ground, weighing 8 yards in front of me.
Alright, I'm looking.
He's right there.
I'm looking. See, I can't. Can you make? I see something.
He's right there, laying right there.
Son.
It's a monster. It's the huge 8, Dad. I don't know what deer it is. It's just a chocolate monster. He come up right here out of this creek bottom. A doe come flying out of there, and I hear "Bruh, bruh," and it sounded like a gorilla thrashing through there. And I look, and he comes running right here, and I shot him right here at 8 yards. 8 yards right here. And blood just flew out of him when I shot him, and he plowed to right here. Look, I mean, there's blood everywhere, and he just plowed over right here. I'm starting to shake now because it happened so fast. I cannot believe it. Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, I'll do this quick recap here before I run out of battery. But Cameron's coming, so thankfully we'll have some good footage left. But unreal blood trail on this deer, but he only ran 15 yards piled up. It's a monster. It's a big boy. Big old tall, heavy 8-point. Get the focus better here. Yeah. Just an awesome buck. I mean, awesome. Great mass. Tall. Just big deer. This camera being so up close doesn't do him justice. I mean, I'm extremely proud. Great deer, 4 or 5 year old buck it looks like. Proud of him. I'm not sure exactly what deer it is, but I think it's a buck we've been getting pictures of about half a mile from here on the swing set. And he's been on and off this summer some. Not a ton though. I had no idea he'd be in here. So I'm just super blessed. I appreciate y'all watching. We'll do a better hunt recap and everything when we get him drug over. But got Mom over there. It wasn't focused. You got to wave again. Got the whole cavalry coming to help me, so pretty awesome. All right, guys and gals, we are sitting behind another beautiful Georgia buck this morning. I couldn't be more thankful. First of all, I want to thank my dad and Anna and the landowner, Mr. Charles, for planting food plots and helping with the farm and just allowing all of us to hunt together. It's been phenomenal. And what a beautiful buck. I can't say enough about it. It's probably my biggest buck ever. I haven't taped him or anything. That's probably the last thing I'm worried about. But this morning it just set up perfect. I had a really good feeling about this morning. The cool thing about this spot is I have not ran a single trail camera, and I have not had any corn in here the whole entire fall. It has just been strictly this white oaks that are dropping in here. And so I just assumed that there'd be a pile of deer in here because there was a ton of white oaks, and we were absolutely correct. There was, I think total we saw, this made the 8th deer I saw this morning. Y'all saw the other nice young 8-pointer that was running around in here chasing does and stuff. And about 10 o'clock, right on the nose, this buck come dogging a doe right up the ridge right here, and gave me a really close 8-yard shot. That's how far it was, and we made it count. And fortunately, in all the chaos, we got it on video. So I got the cavalry coming in right now to take some photos, and we're pumped. This is awesome. A great way to start the year. Just a phenomenal buck. I think this deer is a 4 or 5 year old deer. He's been here since he was a 3-year-old, but we just hadn't had a ton of pictures of him or history with him. And quite frankly, this year is kind of the same story. Yeah, he's been around a little bit, but there's so many other bucks that are more consistent. They've kind of been on our radar. And I just was in shock this morning when I saw him come running up through here. Honestly, I had no idea what deer it was. It was so big. So just a chocolate stud. I couldn't be more thankful. And thanks again for y'all watching. I appreciate it. And
Thanks for tuning in. So we're going to take some photos of these clowns right here. How you doing? All right. Thanks, guys.